Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TARDIS Zone live on this Thursday evening. And as you can see by the heading of the stream, this stream won't be a big all-nighter. It certainly won't be a big mad rant either. But I do want to talk about a couple of issues that are happening with this channel and other people's channels as well. So, as some of you know, I've been taking a lot of heat lately on Twitter. But I received a message last night which indicates that there is an active campaign by a few people on Facebook to try and mass flag this channel. Now, whether it's true or not, right now, I have no evidence. I have asked, and I have people looking into it, right? But if this does turn out to be true, yeah, the question I want to ask is why are these guys so worried about my channel? Like, why am I such a threat to these guys that they would go that far and try to take me down? Now, listen, I know I'm not the most popular person within the Doctor Who fandom when it comes to those people. I don't care. Right? You do not have the right to silence anybody because of their opinions. For some weird reason, this has decided not to go live on Facebook. It's okay. We'll just leave it. But it is live here. Everybody can see me and everybody can hear me now, yeah? But yeah, so on Facebook and now Twitter, and of course one of our old pals, good almighty Lion himself, decided to rear his ugly head again last night. Okay, great. You said you removed it. Why are you telling me that the head's up to go live when I removed it? Sorry, guys. Just StreamYard is acting the maggot. It's telling me that the Facebook link is ready to go live, but it actually has a warning sign on it because it's telling me that someone removed it off Facebook, which I probably did by accident myself. And now it's telling me that I have to put the stream up. Leave me alone. I'm trying to do something here. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So, as I said, yeah, decided to rear his ugly head. I'm coming out with the same crap. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of messages as well. I'm going to show you the message that I received last night. Now, for the reasons that, because I don't know whether this is true or not, I have decided to cover the names of the people that have been writing about me. But for anybody out there, because I've had a few people comment on my videos when I put up the troll video, and someone decided that they weren't happy with the direction the channel was going in. Now, I will say that this person was only new to the channel, and if they actually seen the channel, I do this all the time on this channel. Sometimes we go months without bringing anything up, but then someone decides to have a dig at me and people that we know in the YouTube community. Now, right now, we have seen an attempted cancellation of Angry Joe. Now, in that case, a girl has come out after 2 years to say that he was predatory towards her. But then she comes out in another tweet then and says that he never actually did anything to her. Now, he has decided to fight this, and we're delighted because this is a blatant attempt to cancel Angry Joe. Now, everybody has their own theories on this. We've all seen our evidence. There is actually none. There's more holes in this than come here. Listen, this would sink faster than the Titanic, right? It's got so many holes in it. It's that bad, right? She doesn't give any proof whatsoever. She just shows a couple of flirty tweets between them all. He's a single guy. He doesn't know that she actually has a boyfriend. But then she decides to bring that up then when she's talking about this. Now, this is what I think happened. She got invited to all this stuff by Angry Joe because she approached them originally, which we seen. Right? What happened was she got caught up in the whole lot. She forgot she had a boyfriend. She went back to a single man's hotel room. Right? Probably realized what she was doing was wrong. Then when she finally went home after 8 hours, her boyfriend had a big hoolie dance with her. Right? So then she comes out with all this crap. Oh, Angry Joe did this. This is why I didn't come out and all this. Right? So then thought nothing of it. It was forgotten about. Then 2 years later, then there's this cancel thing is happening again. Right? And other female YouTubers are coming out and being brave, right? Being genuinely brave, talking about experiences that they've had, right? And then this fool comes along and then our boyfriend probably said, oh, do you remember the time you told me Angry Joe did that to you? Well, maybe it's time to tell your story, and now she's in too deep and she can't back out. Listen, this has so many holes in it that you can actually see in this case Angry Joe is actually innocent. The reason why I want to do a stream like this is because I do believe whether it's happening on Facebook or whether it's happening on Twitter, right, I do believe there is an attempt to cancel this channel. Right now, a lot of you might think that this is paranoia, which some of you have said to me, by the way. It's not paranoia. Cheryl lives with me. You ask Cheryl. It's not got to do with paranoia. The evidence suggests that there is people out there that are trying to take this channel down, right? And I've seen it on Twitter firsthand myself, right? Whether it's going on Facebook or not, I can't prove that because I don't have the evidence just yet. But I can prove that it's happening on Twitter, right? Ben Cook came after me. And then the mighty lion decided to rear his ugly head again because I actually responded to Philip Morris's tweet, right, where he put up a screenshot of which I assume was John's handiwork, right? And Dan put up a comment to basically say something along the lines of looking at the piece, but I wouldn't be listening to the author of this as a bit of a fantasist. And I just wrote up, and this is what I wrote up, didn't mention any names, and all I wrote up was, well, we all know who actually wrote this. It's the same person that was going around putting petitions on Sasha and Joe Martin's account. I says, we all know who it is, right? 5 minutes later, the mighty lion decides he's going to unblock me. Right now, he blocked me, by the way. He was going to unblock me, and then he started the same shit, the same crap that he threw at me the first time that I actually made a show of him on. He threw it at me again. Now, again, he's making slanderous accusations as well. He's actually, it could hurt someone's career. See, Eddie used to work for the BBC, but the fact that he's gone around telling people that Eddie is my source when that is not true whatsoever, and we all know that, it's explained on this channel loads of times, right? He's not my source, and he never has. If that's the case, when I got the Spyfall information, when he was doing information on Doctor Who at the same time, why didn't his channel get taken down for embargoed and giving away trade secrets? Because I have a source. That's why, and it's not him. And also, I'll just say, there's another person's name that has been mentioned in this comment section, but all I'll just say is that person then decided to come to me and actually talk to me and actually tell me and warn me off Eddie. Now, I've known Eddie on Twitter for over 2 years now. Eddie has never given me any indication that he's disloyal or he would stab me in the back. All right. And he has never given me information because that would be, what would that benefit him? It wouldn't benefit him whatsoever. There is no benefit for him to do that. So I basically told John if he keeps it up, and I will lawyer up and I'll get him to shut up because I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Someone could lose their job because of that fucking idiot. Right? That's my problem with it, right? So then, right, after he decides to do all that, right, he then blocks me again. Because when I go in to respond to these tweets, right, it tells me that I can't. I screenshot them. If you want to see them, I'll show you, but I'll throw them up on Twitter. It's so, I actually threw some of them up on Twitter already. It's so funny, right? He calls him, he thinks he's this big freedom fighter or whatever he wants to call himself, that he fights for all these great causes, Brexit, Donald Trump's campaign 2020, whatever it is, right? I don't care who you support or whatever like that, but when you're coming across as a complete knob like he is, well then, I'm trying to basically attack me and make false statements about me. By the way, he has a PDF up about me, and these other idiots then start getting involved, and one of them, a lot of us actually know him, decided to have a go at me, and then decided then to come out and call the Phantom Menace a bunch of fakes, and that we manipulate our audience, by the way. We manipulate you guys to empty your pockets, apparently. Nobody forces anybody, as I said, but this was the kind of shit I was getting. I do firmly believe that it's not just my channel. I do believe that there are other channels out there that are being targeted now. And if people want to know the reason why, I figured it out this morning. I told Cheryl, what's happening right now? There's a global pandemic, right? Does YouTube have its full staff on working? No. They're taking advantage this side. They know they can't take down their channels normally, but they're using this current pandemic because they know YouTube's on a skeleton crew. They know YouTube as algorithms and its features are always messing up because channels are being deleted accidentally and being flagged and all this crap, right? That's why they're doing it. They're using this opportunity and they think this is the perfect time to strike, right? But what they don't know is, and I forgot to tell you, right, is that YouTube put laws in place that stop, or that put rules. They now know that channels are being mass flagged, right? And if they're aware that channels are mass flagged, they will rectify the situation. Now, in this current climate, whether it happens straight away or not is a different story. But there is, and I'm telling you, I said this a few weeks back and people called me paranoid. I'm not paranoid. There is a deliberate attempt these last fucking weeks, last few months especially, to take down YouTubers that have different opinions, that won't be a sheep, that will actually tell it as it is, right? And they fear us, and that's what it is. They fear channels like us, so they're trying to take me down. Well, just news flash for you, you won't be taking me down. Right, because I've informed YouTube now that there is a plan to mass flag this channel. Now, obviously, as I said, I don't have the evidence yet. I do have a message which I am going to show you now. I'll get it up for you. But I'm telling you, I said this, nobody believed me. Now, every time I say something a few weeks later, it always comes true. I don't know why people just don't listen to me when I say something. Because I told you that I told everybody that there's an active campaign. You could see it, I've seen it the last couple of weeks. It's so bloody obvious what's going on Facebook, YouTube, and all the others. So look at me channel on YouTube. I'm getting tagged in porn sites and all, right? Teeny bop porn sites. So they're trying, because they know I'm over 40, they're trying to catch me bloody out, right? And then someone on Twitter says, oh, I'm trolling the target zone, he doesn't even know. Actually, I do know. I knew all along. Because I actually put a message in the first time and you didn't see it. I know you've been trolling, right? I allow you to troll because you're giving me all me fucking content right now. Right? This is a bit of fun for me. You think these are going to scare me offline, these are going to bully me offline or take me channel down. And take me channel down. I will just start a new channel again and start again. Do you think people won't support me a second time? They will keep coming back to me channel. So do what you want. It's not going to work. They tried to do it the last time and you failed. You will fail again. Right. I'll show you these ridiculous idiots. So we'll start off with this one. Now, as I said, I've hid the identity of the person that sent me this. But I don't know if I should out them, because if this turns out to be bullshit like all the other stuff I've been told, well then maybe I should play fire with fire. But we'll give them the benefit of the doubt right now. So it says, "Hi, I hope you're okay and get this message, which I'm trying to give you discreetly. And please leave me anonymous. But Facebook page Doctor Who, and I won't say what it is trying to mass report and take down your channel along with a few others who I am trying to contact. I don't think it's fair they are trying to silence you." Now, that's what I was sent on last night. Now, listen, there could be nothing in this, and it could be some sick individual trying to start. Listen, there's two theories to this. It's simple, right? It's either someone trying to stir up stuff between me and other Facebook and YouTube creators to kind of start a fan war, or this is genuinely happening. But either way, it's wrong, right? You shouldn't be starting a fan war, or you shouldn't be trying to take down someone's channel because they have a different opinion to you. Now, as you have noticed, I've tried to keep the language out because I want to, I don't want this stream limited because YouTube are screwing me over. I can't talk about issues like this without them having something to say about me videos. Right. So let me show you the next one. So then, I just want to make sure it's this one. We'll go with this one. So this is in relation to John's bitch. That's what we're gonna call this person, John's bitch. He goes, "Haha, Noel, John works for my rival organization now. Suck it. Expose Noel for the two-sided guy he is. Instead of people to button it, or I don't know, let's fight the BBC together, he bought and paid for by a BBC shill Trojan horse, Eddie of Scarrow." Now, that tweet alone is what you would call slanderous. First of all, Eddie Scarrow is a former employee of the BBC. He actually wrote books as well. So what you're actually saying there could actually hurt Eddie of Scarrow's livelihood. As I have said, Eddie has not bought me. I do not work for the BBC. And if you've actually even bothered to watch any of me streams over the last, 3 years, 2 years, you will see that I am not a paid BBC shill, you idiot. And then we have, the feckless is still aware, and I'm still a yoki at that word, by the way. Yeah, I am. You're right. Yeah, I know what I am. And I am a nasty piece of work sometimes. But you've made us that way. So congratulations. And I'll continue to do that whilst my friends are being attacked and I'm being attacked. I will defend myself which way I feel is necessary to do so. And if you want to come after me, come on. Please do. Because I'll squash you all like bugs like I did the last time. And I did squash you the last time. And everybody's seen it. It was a bloody massacre. It didn't end well for you. So do yourselves a favour. Don't embarrass yourselves any further. Right? Don't embarrass yourselves. Because if you want to take on the fandom menace, right? Because it's not just me, right? Do you think that if this channel, if anybody goes near this channel, do you think the fandom menace is not going to support me and get behind me? Yes, they will. Yes, they will. And then you'll have the whole fandom menace on your back. So I don't care. Bring it on, I say. Bring it on. Do you know what this fan war is overdue? You want a fan war? Let's bring it on. Let's bring it on. I tried to make peace the other day. Nobody wanted it, right? Someone wants to keep stirring up shit. Someone wants to take down my channel. Bring it on. Bring it on. Right, this next one though. So this was by someone that has a YouTube channel, and because they don't obviously have a Patreon, they haven't monetized their channel, or they don't take money off fans. Apparently, they have the higher ground. They have higher morals. As I said, the Fandom Menace does not force people whatsoever to hand over money. The Fandom Menace also, anybody in the Fandom Menace, if a Patreon page is set up, it's because they're asked to set up a Patreon page. If there's a merchandise line, it's because someone has designed something and then the fans have said, oh, that'd be great on a t-shirt or something. And then someone has suggested, why don't you bring out merchandise? And they bring out merchandise, right? Nobody forces a fan to buy any of this stuff, right? And to call them con artists, which you did, which I haven't showed the other tweets, which I won't, because I can't, because there's so many names added. But to call the Fandom Menace a bunch of con artists, I think the only con artist here is you and that other gobshite John the White. He's the con artist. He fucks off for 3 months and then comes back, thinks he could take over a campaign, which I was spearheading with a lot of other YouTubers that actually made a difference in the fandom, right? He puts up a petition, right? It got 360 something signatures in over a year, right? I did more in 6 weeks, pal, than you did in a year. So go and kiss my... And yeah, bow to the king, because I am the king. Fucking Mighty Lion. Sorry, can't help it. Mighty Lion, me arse. Seriously, imagine being told 2 years, 3 years, sorry, I've been given about the BBC and its policies, and I'm a BBC paid shill. Cop on to yourself. Do you know what, John? Do you know what? People would actually take you seriously because you do have some good points to make. But people don't take you seriously because you come out with shit like that. You and your friends. Oh, I'm a paid shill by the BBC. Oh, I'm in Eddie Scarrow's pocket. I'm in nobody's pocket and will never be in anybody's pocket. Nobody can buy the TARDIS zone. Right? Get that through your thick skull. Nobody can buy the TARDIS zone. I will never sell out or shill out. Right? Because I have my beliefs. Alright? No amount of money would make me turn my back on the people that support me and this fandom. How bloody dare you? You're the one that fecked off for 3 months and decided to come back and then got jealous when you seen that fans actually did something without you. Because you got this big ego. You think that you're this free, as I said, you're so self-absorbed. You think you're this leader of greatness. You're nothing. You're nothing. And you'll never amount to anything if that's your attitude. By the way, attacking people. He says he took on the feminist front and won. You won nothing, you idiot, right? I took on the feminist front and won. Yeah? I took on Crystal D and won. Yeah? I took on Ben Cook and won. I took on this fandom and have been winning for the last 3 years. Sorry, baby. I do apologise. Ted, would you like a bit of fish? Yes, Daddy. There you go, buddy. Because I love my little doggy. Yeah. Good boy. Right? So enough. And you know what he did then? Do you know what he did? Predictably, because he is a little bitch, because he is a little girl in reality, Mighty Lion me arse, as I said. What did he do? He blocked me. He blocked me. And then he sends his little minions, his little bitches in. Oh, and by the way, I just will say, if anybody doesn't like the direction of the channel, as I said, you don't have to follow me. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, because I have had some people that are supposed to be following me and actually agree with my point of view, all of a sudden turn around and say that they don't like what I'm doing. Well, as I said, and as I say to the other side, well, if you don't like what I'm doing, you can unsubscribe. Listen, I will say this. It is regrettable if anybody that I know decides to leave. Of course it is. I don't want any of you to go, but I'm not going to back down, right? I am not going to change who I am. My friends and myself I said this weeks ago, are under attack right now, right? And whether there is someone on Facebook trying to store up more shit with other Facebook users and YouTubers, that's fine, right? I get that. But I am just letting everybody know, and I want these people to know if it is happening. I know that you're trying to mass flag my channel, and I have made YouTube aware that there might be a chance of my YouTube channel to be mass flagged. You will not stop me. You will not silence me. You will never silence me. It doesn't matter anyway. They take down this channel, I'll set up another one. It doesn't matter. It won't get monetized. I will still continue my crusade. It doesn't matter. You're not going to stop me until BBC are held accountable for everything that they've done to Doctor Who. And if you don't like that, John, and if you don't like that, all you other idiots that came at me last night, I don't care. I am entitled to those opinions. And to call me a BBC shit, I tell you, you know, I don't even know why I'm even answering that one, because everybody that follows me for these last few years knows that statement about being a big... Oh, Ted, I'm sorry. I'm about to put... Oh, my God, come here. I went to give Ted a bit of fist, and I went to pour it down beside him, and I dropped it on his head. Oh, yeah, right, buddy. Did you like that, though? You fucking ate it anyway, didn't you? So, Duck, you know, as I said a few months back, you know, we were leaving, and then the other side wouldn't let us go. But now even our so-called people that we used to side with, until we found out how much of a racist idiots they were, are now deciding to come after me. Listen, if they're not my Doctor side, and by the way, I want to stress this is not Neil's channel. Neil has changed his channel's name now because John wouldn't obviously let go of the hashtag. Yeah. So Neil has probably done the right thing anyway, and he has changed his channel's name. But the Not My Doctor side are full of racists. Right? They are. They're full of racists. They're full of sexists. You know, it is still only a small minority, but they're there. Right now, John stole that hashtag. He's doing his own thing with it, but he's more interested in putting up stupid posts about other people than actually doing something. Oh yeah, Cheryl's there. Say hello to everybody, Cheryl. Oh, I mean, chat. Say hello to the wife. She's come in to make a brief visit.
I'm already out.
Oh, she's already out. But like, if you just want to say hello to her, I'll relay. Right, but listen, they're trying to cancel Angry Joe now. No, they're not trying to cancel Angry Joe. Because there is no cancelling with that. Because if you actually look at the evidence that was presented by your woman herself, there's more holes. As I said, if this was the Titanic, it would sink faster than the Titanic. Listen, she does not have no evidence, right? Just because she says she felt that his behavior was predatory, and then she follows it up with, but he actually did nothing. That is not basis to cancel anybody. Listen, as people have said, Angry Joe is a single man. If he did ask a girl for sex, well, there's nothing wrong with that because he's a single guy. She never told him that he had a boyfriend. And as Az said on his video, and if you haven't watched Az's video on it, I think Az's video is probably the best video on it, because not only does he take her statement and break it down, he actually shows where she trips herself up as well, right? And within that video, he even says it, and I agree with him. There were several times she had a chance to leave, but she chose not to, right? The reason why she chose not to is because she actually did want to shag Angry Joe. And he probably did turn her down because he probably knew what was going on, because he's in this industry long enough, and he probably know not to get into that. She didn't like that. You know, she decided to stay with him for the 8 hours. The boyfriend kicked up shit. He didn't like it. Then she made up this shit. Then all this cancelling culture, as you've seen, especially these last few weeks, have happened. And then this girl has decided, well, after 2 years to come out, but actually go on social media, not go to the police. And then when she presents the evidence or lack of evidence, this isn't a cancellation, right? It's an absolute joke, right? It's a joke. There is no evidence, right? So there is no cancellation. He's innocent. I know. I'm not jumping the gun. Look at the evidence. He's innocent. This is plain cut and dry. This is a girl that's after being caught out. And by the way, after she put up the evidence, what does she do? The normal thing. I'm at to take so much heat for this, so I have to go offline for a while. Playing the victim, as they always do, right? So forget about it. Angry Joe isn't cancelled. And Angry Joe has the support of everybody. Everybody's seen the evidence. Listen, if you are Ted, right, and Ted can comprehend human stuff and read stuff, if I presented that evidence to Ted, even he'd know that there's no evidence, right? She had several chances to go, right? Several chances to leave. Maybe when he was in having a shower, when he called her in, would you like to join me in the shower? She said no. She could have left then, but she didn't. There was plenty of chat times. So yeah, it is good to highlight Angry Joe, because Angry Joe, they did try cancel him. And this is why I wanted to do this stream tonight, because this is not paranoia. This is actually happening. And people will say, well, why would they bother with your channel? Well, that's easy. I could show you that now, actually. I'll show you. I actually forgot to post this picture, but I'm going to post it now. Some of you have already seen it, but anybody that's new on the channel hasn't seen it. So I talk about getting source information, and as I said, you know, I just want you to see this, right? Because again, you know, there is a couple of posts from Mr. TARDIS reviews on Twitter, and I've seen them, they are his, where he's talking about source information and why would sources give little YouTube channels or YouTube channels the story. And why would those people then not try and make money off it? I have no interest in making money off the information I get. I've always said that. You know what I mean? I don't know how clear I have to be. And I don't care. When I get the information, I don't care the people that I'm getting information off. I don't care if they have an agenda, right? All I'm interested in is the news that I get. I don't care what their agenda is, if they have one. Someone asked me what's their agenda or their reason. I don't care. I'm getting information. So, but just to show you, right? So anybody that's new to the channel or anything and is wondering what I'm actually talking about, hold on. It'd be good if I actually got the thing up. See, this is the reason why I think they want to take me down as well. Because they're afraid that I'm actually right about most of the stuff that I talk about. And I have been 98% spot on. I do. Rabbi and a lot of other YouTubers even out there agree with me. Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall were going. And it just it just didn't happen. So this is the reason why I believe there is another attempt to take me down as well. It's because I do get real information. And some of those YouTubers out there are probably jealous because I am receiving genuine information. So there, as you can see there, so this was posted 6 months ago. So it was posted a few hours before Spyfall dropped. And as you can see there, it says Doctor Who Season 12, embargoed information posted without authorization, revealing trade secrets. Revealing trade secrets. So, John, as I said, you plank. If Eddie Obscaro was doing the exact same Doctor Who news and doing the exact same releasing of information, which he has done on his channel, well then why wasn't his channel taken down? And why, in fact, did he not release this piece of information? Because I'll tell you why, John. Because he's not my source, you fucking donkey. And then I have someone that's very prevalent within the Doctor Who community coming and telling me that I should watch Eddie. Listen, don't tell me who I should and shouldn't be friends with. I know Eddie over 2 years and he has never given me any cause to distrust him, right? So I know what's going on here, right? John's gotten into your ear. He's telling you all this stuff and has you convinced that Eddie is me source. And then you're coming to me and telling me that I shouldn't trust him, that there's an agenda and all this. And I've told you and I've proven. And if you go to Eddie Ascaro's channel at the same time 6 months ago, he was not talking about this information. He was talking about different Doctor Who news. Sorry, Ted. So, and again, that goes to you, Mr. TARDIS Reviews, by the way, because you were accusing YouTubers out there, especially, now you didn't mention me by name, but you did mention Bolstrek, and I just want to say Bolstrek has never actually said that he gets source information, so in fairness, you should actually retract that. But you were having a go and you were saying other YouTubers out there that claim. I'm not claiming, mate, I've just proved it. And why have I not gone to the magazines to sell it? Because I'm not interested in the money. I'm just interested in doing the Doctor Who news and finding out what kind of shit they're going to do to the show. Yeah? And by the way, apparently he receives the information. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. And I was told this last year as well. And I was told again. No, he doesn't. Right? He says that some people come to him, but he won't say that because he doesn't want to. Shut up. So, there are trolls out there that are trying to genuinely start a beef between me and others. But there is something else coming. I know this channel is going to have to face some stick now over the next few weeks with these people. And just to let you know, nobody has to worry about me mental state, by the way. Because I know some of you were worried. Because when I came into Rabbi's stream, everybody was saying that they hope I was okay and everybody was a bit worried. I appreciate it. I really do. But I just want to tell you all this. I'm okay. Right? This, believe it or not, compared to other times when I face stuff like this, hasn't bothered me as much as it would have back then. I think with the fact that my mother was in hospital as well, I mean, it couldn't get any worse as far as I was concerned. So I've been able to, this hasn't affected me that much, really, to be quite honest. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's not hurtful to know that there are people out there that hate me that much that they are willing to take me down. Nobody wants to be hated that much, to be honest. Let's be honest, nobody does. But do I care now? At this stage, I don't. At this stage, I don't. And listen, if you want the war, bring it on. I really mean it. Bring it on. I tried to make peace. You didn't want it. So bring it on. I'm ready. Right? And I'll take his all on myself. But I won't have to. But I'll take his all on myself. Right? I've taken on plenty in the last 3 years. You think I can't do another one? You think I can't take on another group of idiots? Mass flag this channel gets taken down. Fine. I'll just set up a new one. We'll start again. And I'll become even bigger and stronger. It doesn't matter. You aren't going to stop me from saying what I want to say. And Kip says, and Ted got hit with a fish. Yes, he did. But listen, it's ridiculous. I mean, all I want to do is do the content that I want to do without being hassled or harassed in any way. And that's what all my friends want to do as well. The likes of Daniel, Dan, Rabbi, Blue Bonnet, all of those other streamers out there that are actually receiving messages in their YouTube videos, or getting messages personally saying how much they're hated and they're vile. And, you know, imagine some, this is how stupid they are. Someone called Rabbi racist. I still can't get my head around that one. I actually can't get my head around that one. Rabbi is the least racist person we know. Let's be honest. And if anybody knows anything about racism, it would be Rabbi, because obviously his people, like the Irish people, I suppose, were oppressed, you know, so they know. It's crap. But I'm telling you, unfortunately, I think it's going to happen. I called it, and I hate being right. I said this is either going to get worse, and a civil war is going to break out between the fans, or something else is going to happen to distract the fandom, and we'll all come together in one united thing. But I don't think that's going to happen now. I think it's heading the other way. And I think no matter what we do, it's going to happen anyway. Because there's a group of people that are 100% determined to get us all to fight. Now, what the benefit of that would be, I don't know. Because, again, to those people, I will say, this is what you will do, though. You will destroy your other side's argument. See, the thing about it is we have facts to back us up, and they actually have their own delusions and their own theories to back them up. They actually don't have anything of substance to actually fight any of their arguments on Doctor Who. They will be knocked back every time. So, if this civil war happens with the fans, there's only going to be one winner in this, and that's our side, because we have the facts backing us up, whereas you will never have the facts backing you up. And that's the way it is. So, you know, what you are actually doing is you are actually going to expose your other side's stupidity for starters, for doing this. But second of all, you're going to expose the fact that the other side don't actually have any facts to back themselves up. And we will be, as Geek Union says, we are victorious. We will be. We will. You don't even know what you are doing. You are actually going to... You are going to end this. Unintentionally, you are going to end this, because we're going to end it. Because if any of those idiots on the other side even attempt to come anywhere near us, or try to even come after us or cancel us, it's game over for them. It's game over. I don't know why you would do this, because you're just going to expose the other side. We're called the fakes. We'll see who the fakes are after this. Because shock horror, it ain't us. It ain't us. It ain't us. We're not the ones going around with a false narrative telling fans that everything is rosy. Doctor Who magazine's gone down the path. Put a video up. Now, I know some of you have said that you can't really see many of the graphs. Well, unfortunately, there's nothing I could do about that, because I did screen grab it off me phone, and I did zoom it up, and that's the best I could get it. But you can't see how many copies were sold in 2019 compared to what was sold in 2016. Now, people will ask me, and people have asked me actually someone said, what point are you trying to prove? Well, the other side always use Peter Capaldi in their comparisons when it comes to Jodie Whittaker's era. So I thought it was only fair and balanced of me to do the same. So I used Peter Capaldi's 2016 magazine sale numbers compared to 2019, and you will see the drop, and it's startling. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say under Peter Capaldi it was all rosy. No, the magazine was bleeding viewers. But if you look at how many viewers it's bleeding now compared to what was bleeding back then, well, then you can see that the Doctor Who magazine, and no matter what Ben Cook says, sorry, mate, the Doctor Who magazine is on its last legs. And I'm glad. I'm glad. I don't care that it survived the 80s anymore. I don't care. I don't care that the magazine is struggling now, because all of the people that are working in the bar, one or two of them, are all a bunch of idiots, right? Virtual signaling bunch of soy-boy idiots, right? The magazine is failing because there's nothing interesting in it. You all think you are interesting people, but you are actually all bland, boring individuals. That's why you are also insecure, and then you project your insecurities on this fandom, and then this is the result that we get, right? So go and, do you know what? Go back in that hole that you crawled in along with all the other idiots, because Doctor Who's in trouble now. BBC are rolling out you guys thinking that you could sort this. You won't sort it. You aren't going to stop this slide. It's going to fail. The ratings are gone too, right? You won't be able to justify. So yeah, bring it on other side. And that troll that is trying to cause trouble, a message to you. Keep doing what you're doing then. Bring them on, because we will destroy their arguments and we'll make a show of them, and then it'll be game over. Everybody in the fandom will see that they are the ones that have been lying to this fandom for the last 3 years. We will expose every single one of their lies, and we will dismiss every single myth that they come up with, because that's what it is, and we will back it up with facts. We'll always back it up with facts. Right? And I always notice with these idiots as well, right? You'll have an argument. So I had an argument about the Doctor Who magazine with Ben Cook, and then I got into transgenderism. Don't ask me how, but that's how that prick, that's how he rolls, right? That's how I don't know how the two are connected to him, but he manages to do stuff like that. But you know what he did after that argument, right? He sent me a post where he said all newsstands are struggling, right? And actually Doctor Who is faring better than the rest. Yeah, but compared to 2016, you're knobheaded, isn't? So explain that one, right? And by the way, again, I will say, Doctor Who magazine, you can order online. And if I'm also correct, you can get deals online where they'll give you a certain amount of issues if you bulk buy, right? And also, the supermarkets were open during this pandemic because we all need to be feckin' fed. And so were some news agents, because we all needed to be fed and needed to get the essentials. So there is no excuse for this magazine to be failing. The only reason why it's failing is because the show is failing. The two are connected. But you brain dead idiots don't get that. You don't get that. You think it's irrelevant. The show's successful. Yeah, it's in my head. It's successful. It's not successful. Get it through your thick skulls. 6 million people, 6 million households, walked away. Right? In the US, the ratings have slumped. Right, the merchandise sales are down. How was that a success? I wanted them to come on and discuss all this, yeah? And then he goes on about, he pulls up tweets that I made about the transgender issue last year to try and win his argument, right? And I said, so what? Yeah, that's what I wrote a year ago. What's your problem? I'm vile and disgusting, and then he blocked me. So that is Ben Cook for you. That is his generation, actually. And by the way, just to let you know, he is responsible for most of the people that are now in that magazine. So if you're still supporting Doctor Who magazine, I'm just letting you know you're supporting all their friends. They got rid of the long-term editor in Tom, replaced him. Now I don't know if he left of his own volition, but they had a good team in place before this new era of Doctor Who started. And then the magazine then, like the rest of it all, went woke. And what's the saying? If you go woke, you go exactly broke. Cancel culture is a load of my arse. But I am certainly not going to go down quietly. And I am certainly not going to let these people think that I'm going to be bullied offline. By the way, I'll tell you why my mental health state is great. Is it because of this? Because I've been through so much shit all my life. If you've actually heard my life story, you would all cry. Actually, you could do a movie about my life story and it'd probably be a best-selling movie. And that's not a word of a lie with all the shit that I've went through. Right? So things like this don't faze me anymore. Right? It took a while to adjust to the social media troll, to be honest with you. But now that I have a handle on it, it doesn't bother me. So, as I said, you can keep coming at me, and you have the last 3 nights. If it's not John Cook or his bitches, it's some other little J-bot on Twitter trying to. They'll see an old tweet or a thread that I'm in, and they'll comment. You know what I mean? They've been at it now for the last 2 weeks straight, attacking others, and now they focused on me on Twitter. And they will tonight again, because that's what they do. It always all starts after 12 midnight here, and then it all kicks off then. And it seems to be coordinated as well. So, you know, who would play you in a movie, Noel? Oh. Who would play me in a movie? Well, it'd have to be someone that's a bit of a dickhead, but also will go out of his way to do nice stuff for people.
That guy from Jackass.
Who? Johnny Knoxville? I would not have Johnny Knoxville. I was thinking more like maybe who could play me? Actually, Justin Timberlake could play me. You know, I mean, fair enough, we don't look alike or anything. But I mean, you know, he could play a rougher version of me. He's a good actor. I like him. Get away from the bag, Ted. Sharon. He's at the bag, can you? No, Tommy, now you're taking the piss, Bad Wolf Gamer. Now you're taking the piss. I would go with Justin Timberlake personally, or Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes. I say Justin Timberlake if it was a TV movie, but if they were going to make a big Hollywood movie, then it'd have to be Leo, wouldn't it? It'd have to be Leo. But he'd have to put the full Irish accent on now. I couldn't have him now putting on this, you know. It's having a burn into you and all this crap, you know. Yeah, he'd have to do it properly now. And he'd have to be a ruthless cunt. Sure, Daniel says to me last night, was it last night or the other night? He says, no, you're a legend. He says, no, I'm a cunt. Because if you get on the wrong side of me, that's what happens. Yes, I am. I know I am. Yeah, you pick on me and me friends. Yeah, it's funny that there's still this narrative. Well, Noel goes and seeks out and bullies people. No, I don't go out, seek out to bully people. What happens is I find out that one of my friends are bullied, or I'm at the being tagged and I'm being bullied, and then I'll defend those friends or defend myself. And that won't stop. I will never stop defending Ballstreck, Gary, Daniel, Blue Bonnet, or anybody that are my friends or are part of the YouTube community as well. That's what you do. And I've said it to the other YouTubers as well, and I'll say it here live. We all need to stick together, big or small, you know? And I would say to some of those bigger YouTubers out there, you know the ones that are actually good to this channel. You know the ones that actually are willing to help out smaller YouTubers like me. But there's a lot of yous out there that don't bother, right? Yous think that yous are too big and mighty to be dealing with us small folk. Well, if we're going to win this culture war, yous need to get with the fact that yous have brothers and sisters in arms. And no matter how big or small our channels are, I should say, we should stick together. Yeah. So for all those YouTubers out there that have certain policies that they won't appear on people's channels unless they have a certain amount of subs or stop being selfish. You make enough money as it is, right? You don't need to be coming on what? Because the sub has a channel has over 2,000 subs. What? It's subs for you. It's clicks for you. Is that what you're trying to say? Is it not about what you're fighting for? What you're supposed to be fighting for, or you claim to be fighting for? I will say one thing about that tweet that I put up earlier about someone saying that there's a lot of con artists in the Fandom Menace. There isn't a lot of con artists in the Fandom Menace, no. But is there one or two in it? I would have to say yes, and I've seen it myself, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it out straight. But that you're always going to get one or two that are like that. And that's just the reality. I'm sorry, but you get one or two on the other side that would pretend to be Jodie Whittaker support, but they're not really, you know what I mean? They're not really deep down. They'll just go with the flow because they'd rather less drama. So I'm sorry. You know, remember where you came from. We need to stick together. This is a fight for our pop culture. It's a fight for everything in society. And you bigger YouTubers, and we know the YouTubers that do help me, and I want to recognise them. Right, Gary, obviously, Paul Streck, heel versus babyface. As I have to be honest, man, I asked him, and the first time I asked him, he comes on. We have Bounding Into the Comics, all those guys that come on, Blue Bonnet, you know. These are people that will do anything for you, but not only that, they'll have your back as well, right? And stick together as well. It's just such a shame that some bigger YouTubers out there feel like they're too big, and it's basically snobbery. I'm not going to associate myself with folk like that. Well, you are once a folk like us with under 2,000 subscribers. Remember that. Remember where you came from. Maybe guys like that now and girls like that need to be humbled, to be quite honest with you, because I think it's disgusting. I see something tonight as well, right? And it does piss me off, and I'm not going to lie. I always tell you the truth, right? There's a he's a YouTuber, but he's had a channel before, but he's been covering certain news. I won't say because then you'll probably know who I'm talking about. And they decided to set up a second channel because of it, right? This channel has gotten 10,000 subscribers in a week. I just don't get it. Second channel, like one is not good enough. Let's do it. Let's do a second one and let's get that monetized as well. You know, there is a lot of that going on, and I'm not gonna lie, there is a lot of that going on. That's why the people that watch me, people that watch Gary and all, they're clever. They know who to follow and support on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever it is. You can tell who the fake ones are, and you can tell who the one. Yeah, listen, it's so obvious the ones who are fake and are just winging it most of the time, because you always notice when they go to review a certain episode, they always just bring up the main points and they never actually break down the episode. That's because they're only looking at the key points and they don't actually watch the episode. I've seen a lot of that happen as well. And then I've seen people that will just review stuff for the sake of it because it brings in views. Listen, if that's the case, right, I would have, even though I'm not really big into the Arrowverse anyway, but if that's the case, I would have done Batwoman or the DC as well. I would have done the Stargirl. I would have done Green Arrow. I would have done the Flash. I would have done them all, right? Just to be controversial, just to get clicks, but I'm not about that. You know, I wouldn't mind if there was a cancel culture, if they were actually taking out the YouTubers that I believe, and that a lot of us believe, that shouldn't be on the platform because they're doing a lot of damage to the platform. But no, they go after genuine people like me, you, and the rest of us that speak up and talk about what's going on within fan culture and within our pop culture. And it's an absolute disgrace that there's people out there that are willing to go to those lengths to do what they do to try silence us. And this cancel culture has to stop. I'll say it again, Angry Joe, I've spoke to you. Listen, I said this before. Angry Joe was probably one of the very first streamers, along with Winky Media and a couple of others that I used to watch with my brother, my little brother. But Angry Joe was the main channel that we watched on any review for any movie or any game. Angry Joe was the place to go. Now, I have said this, you know, I stopped watching him because I did find he was starting to get a little bit arrogant and a bit full of himself. But that's what happens to some YouTubers, right? It doesn't matter what my personal opinion of him is there, right? The fact that someone tried to cancel him with evidence that is, I don't even know why I'm calling it evidence. Let's just say the bullshit that came out of this woman's mouth. And as I said, it's there for everybody to see in black and white, right? Everybody can see it's presented in front of them. And even even Joe would say to people, I know he'd say to people, if you take a look at the evidence yourselves, you will see, right? And you do. If you look at it, you will see there's no way. Listen, he is innocent, and I stand by, just like Gary does. I stand with Angry Joe. We've seen the evidence. She has said she is nothing else, so it's game over. It's game over. She tried to get Angry Joe cancelled because she's probably jealous, or because the boyfriend brought her back up what happened that 2 years ago. She probably felt that she couldn't back down, and then she made that big statement. And before she realised it, then she got herself in a bit of a cesspit, and then she realised that she made a boo-boo. But the thing about it is now she can't back down, you see. She can't back down, because if she backs down or apologises, it ruins the whole, it puts another bad eye on the Me Too movement and the cancel culture, and they can't be having that. They've already had stuff like this happen. So with the Johnny Depp incident, that's the most high profile one with Amber Heard. Look what happened there. They tried to Me Too him, and look how that's gone. Right, so they can't afford another one to turn out to be false. So she'll have to stick with her story, and she more than likely will stick with her story, unless, there's so much pressure that she has to come out. But she should apologise, and she should be actually then removed from any social media platform for what she has done. Because here's the bottom line, right? You're innocent until proven guilty anyway. And this isn't trial by social media, right? If I do get that some women wait a few years because they're traumatized, I get that, right? You don't go onto Twitter and report it, though. You go to the police station. Oh, and by the way, she remembers. I don't know about Jews now, but I can't remember what I did last week, let alone specific details that happened 2 years ago, right? When there was no sexual assault that took place. Now, if there was a sexual assault that took place, yes, you would remember stuff like that, because that would live with you, right? But the fact that she's actually come out and said that he didn't do anything at all, that she just felt that his demeanor was predatory because he asked her to get into the shower. She said no. She could have left. He bought her dinner. He got her connected with contacts, right? He invited her to dinner. She went along with all this, and all at the same time. And all of this time, she never said she had a boyfriend, right? So Angry Joe probably thought, because he was flirting. We seen the flirty texts between them all. Nothing bad, nothing untoward. It's just two people. Oh, you looked cute. Oh, thanks very much. Blah blah blah. Stuff like that. Nothing gross, right? She had three or four. As Yaz said, right? He counted. He said off the top of my head, there was definitely 3 opportunities that she had a chance to leave, but she refused to leave because she wanted to use Angry Joe. She wanted to get those contacts, but it probably hasn't worked out the way she thought it has. So now she's thinking, oh, well, I'm going to cancel him now because of CSP, but everybody will get behind me now. Everybody will just believe me. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't have to be airtight. This is what annoys me about these people. They think that it doesn't have to be airtight. And by the way, you should have went to the police if he did any of those things that you say that he did, but then you said that he didn't do it. And so, I mean, what is it? And she contradicts herself anyway. Watch his video. If you haven't watched it, it is the best video on it. And I will say to the other YouTubers that are actually talking about this topic, stop calling them allegations. They are not allegations, right? It is false. Look at the evidence. That it's not even allegations. It's not even evidence. Yeah, you call it what it is. A complete fabrication, a load of bullshit. Even Yaz the Plank, who was a cop, would figure this one out. Or would she? I don't know. Would Yaz be able to figure this one out? She probably would. Oh, yeah, and there is a hashtag going around, hashtag cancel Yaz. So they want to cancel the police. So we want to cancel the police box and we want to cancel Yaz. So if you want to play that game of cancel the police, we might as well cancel everything that has the sign, police sign on it, and everybody that plays a cop, because we hate them now. Oh, and by the way, another thing I just want to bring up, to all those actresses that have stood down, right? And I know they are being praised in some corners, which I actually think is an absolute disgrace, right? Right, listen, if you're in an animation and your character in your animation happens to be black, but you happen to be white, but you are chose for that role because you're the best for the role, but then you decide because of all this crap that's happening that you're going to step down to make some grand gesture, well, then you're a fucking idiot, right? What happened with hurting for the best for the role, right? Whether that's skin color is irrelevant, right? I'm sick of this, right? So with that in mind, right, this is what we're going to do. Right, I want rapists to play rapists on TV. I want paedophiles to play paedophiles on TV. Right, I want fucking chefs to play chefs on TV. I want doctors to play doctors on TV. I want nurses to play nurses on TV. Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see how stupid it sounds? Shut the fuck up, right? You hire the best person for the fucking role, and whether their skin color is black or white, green or yellow, I don't give a shit. I think I've made myself clear. What, they cancelled Lego? I'm not surprised. But listen, I want real Lego now. I'm sorry, but if they're going to do a Lego movie now, I want real Lego. Right? That's how stupid I'm going to be. I want real Lego. Oh, I want proper cars, real cars, no stunt cars. I want everything to be real. Right? Because we can't have white people playing black people. We can't have white people playing gay people. We can't have straight people play gay people. We can't have people. Oh, and by the way, Tom Hanks should be cancelled as well now because he did that movie Philadelphia where he played an AIDS victim. Right? I want that movie cancelled. An AIDS Batman. Where's the justice for AIDS victims? I'm serious. I want cancer victims to play cancer victims. So Graham should be cancelled as well because he played a cancer victim. And as far as I know, he never had cancer. Right? And I want Jodie Whittaker cancelled too because she's playing a Time Lord and she ain't a Time Lord. She's actually a human being and she's a woman. So if we're going to get real with all this shit, that's what I want done. All right? So shut up with your stupidity. Yeah, you hire the best person for the job, right? I don't care what the skin color is. If they're the best person for the fucking job, they're the best person for the job, right? And I'm telling you now, if they do it in Rick or Morty, or they do it in The Simpsons, or they do it in South Park, I'm never watching any of those shows again. How dare they? You're an absolute disgrace. Those two actresses, you're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. You're an absolutely bunch of virtual signal, bunch of idiots, giving up your livelihood. Giving up your livelihood because your country is systematically racist. Systemic, whatever, don't care. Right, ridiculous. I'm serious. I don't want that. Actually, sorry, we will go one step further. Let's cancel all actors and actresses because I want real people who they portray in biopics to be the real people. Right? Even if they're dead, dig them up and have them in the movie. Right? Fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous, carry on. Ridiculous. I'm being honest. If you're gonna do that, we'll take the prisoners out of prison as well when we do a prison movie. We'll just film in a real prison. Right? There's your actors. Yeah? Right? We don't have to be paying these gobshites millions of pounds anymore. Right? We don't have to give money to the movie industry anymore, right? Because they don't deserve our money. Why should we give them money, right? If they're going to be like that, if they're not going to actually do the job that they're paid to do, because for some weird reason they feel that someone else should have this job, well then they shouldn't be getting paid. And by the way, to those actresses that were stunning and brave, as they say, do me a favor. While you're Ara, why don't you give your money, all the money that you made from that show, because you were exploiting black people then, if that's the case, right? Because you took a black person's job, right? So give all that money to that person that takes over your role. When they give that new actor or actress your role that you gave up, I want you to hand all that money over to that person, because you don't deserve that money, because that money rightfully belongs to a black person. See where I'm going with this? See where, and I said this to Cheryl 3 weeks ago, that this was going to happen, that all this stupidity was going to happen. And that's exactly what has happened. All this stupidity. And actually, instead of actually sorting out the issue of racism, we have gone completely crazy. We're virtual signaling all over the place, and we're not actually doing anything about the issue of racism. Now, Serena Williams has probably put up the best tweet of all the celebrities out there, right? And I'm going to get it up, and I'm going to read it for you, because it's absolutely fantastic, and I think she sums it up perfectly. Now, I will say that her husband did give up his job, so in fairness, he's a bit of a dope, but this is about what Serena had to write. So where is it? Because I thought I did actually save it, but I'll go into her account. She's on Twitter, but she puts up a brilliant tweet. When you actually hear this, and it sums it all up, in my opinion. Where is it? Because she's a legend. Well, she already was a legend tennis player. I didn't like her the last few years because she got being harping on about how she should be able to do this, that, and the other and stuff. You're a female tennis player, right? They have rules within the female game. You know, you're not special. Just because you won all those, and you probably are the greatest female tennis player of all time, doesn't mean that you should be given special. Right. Where is this Serena Williams? Right. This is it. She says, I'm sick of COVID-19. I'm sick of black versus white. I'm sick of Democrats versus Republicans. I'm sick of gay versus straight. I'm sick of Christians versus atheists. I'm really sick of the media. I'm sick of no one being allowed to think what they want and feel what they do without offending someone. Right? Says, I'm sick of the nosy ass people who call the cops when anyone does anything they don't approve of. I'm sick of blaming the whole of the sins of a few. We're one race, the human race. We want to support President Trump. You do. You do you. You do you. Oh, you do you. Sorry. It's your choice. You want to support Biden? Fine. Also your choice. You want to believe in God? Okay. Believe in God. You want to believe in magical creatures that fly around and sprinkle fairy dust to make life better? Awesome. You do that. But stop trusting your beliefs on others and not being able to deal with the fact that they don't have the same exact mindset as you. Having our own minds is what makes us all individual and beautiful. If you can't handle the fact that you may have a friend that has an opposing view as you, then you are not better than the bigots and the racists. I don't have to agree with everything you believe to be a decent human being or your friend, love. And that is spot bloody on. And she's the only fucking celebrity, in my opinion, that has actually summed it up, in one tweet. And fair play to her. Absolutely fantastic. And as people say, she's won the best tweet in 2020. Yes, she bloody has. Right? That's the whole point. So all you idiots out there, she said it. Right? She's a woman, a strong woman, probably the greatest female athlete of all time, telling you. Enough is enough. We're divided enough as it is already. We don't need to be divided anymore. And she's right. It shouldn't be this versus this. We're all entitled to different opinions. I said it the other day when I tried to do something good in this fandom and I was shot down. Right? We've got to understand also that the other side have a different opinion to us. Just like they have to understand that we have a different opinion to them. And it's not just on Doctor Who. We will always have different various opinions on different things. It's just the way it is. Whether it's transgenderism, whether it's got to do with LGBTQ plus rights, if it's got to do with diversity hiring or anything like that, we will all have different opinions on it, and that is okay. And as she said herself, it doesn't make you any less of a human being. Do you know what I'll do? Because that is a lovely tweet. Where is it again? I am going to share this on the screen for you. So if a few of you could take a few minutes to have a look at it. And if one of you want to take a screenshot of this tweet, yeah, take it and put it up everywhere. Show people where Serena Williams stands. And you know what? That's a perfect summary. This is what I've been trying to say. It shouldn't be about this, that, and it'll just sort out the problems that we have. We don't need to be divided. We don't need to be down each other's throats. I know that the stuff that's happening right now, people being lynched left, right, and center, and whether it's black people or white people, it doesn't matter. People are dying, right? People are dying on both sides, right? And for what? And for what? And the media is not helping either. And the media has always been the main culprit in this. I've said it. Don't be listening to the media on anything. On anything. They can't be trusted. They store up all this shit. The only reason why this has gone on for as long as it has is because the media keep talking about it, keep bringing it up, keep fueling the fire with leaked videos. And then it turns out that some of these videos are staged. But that is getting into a whole different kettle of fish altogether. But I'm sick of it. It's 2020. And I know that we always say that, oh, well, it's 2018 or whatever. But it is. It's 2020. We've moved on. We've moved on enough as a society to stop the bullshit. Right? I thought we were mature as a human race, but we obviously still aren't. We obviously still have a long way to go, which is sad. I'm not actually saying that. I just thought, what are you talking about? Why are you bringing you into the conversation? Right.
You said you sound scared. I just want to be clear.
No, I know.
We're
yeah.
talking about disagreeing, and I'm just saying.
Right. Well, I'm just making sure that you.
Keeps me out of it.
Right.
10.
Right. Yeah. Chris, I agree with you. I can't stand Serena Williams. I can't. Especially look at as an athlete, I absolutely love what she's done in the game. I am a tennis. Cheryl will tell you. I watch tennis. I love tennis. Serena Williams is probably, as I said, the greatest female athlete out there. What she has done in the game is absolutely terrific. But over the last few years, she's gotten her feminist head on her, and she started to come out with a bit of crap. Right?
Do you see this?
But yeah, I see what he's done. But when a celebrity comes out and says something like this, or redeems themselves in a way, it must be highlighted. You know, we must also highlight the good that these people do when, you know, they annoy us. And there are some celebrities out there, thanks be to God, that actually have their heads screwed on. And there's a lot of them lately coming out and actually calling bullshit on the whole lot of this, right? And it'll surprise a few people, the actors and actresses that are coming out, because most of them are African American. Intelligent people, right? It doesn't matter what background you have. Intelligent people will always see through the bullshit. you will always have the few, and they're always the vocal minority, unfortunately, that will be tricked into all of this. And that's exactly what's happened. A lot of people have been tricked into all of this, believing that, you know, that there are more issues than what there actually is. Yes, there is an issue with racism. Yes, it needs to be sorted out. But all this other bullshit with movies being cancelled and all this crap is a distraction, and that's what they do, because they won't. It's never about actually sorting out the issue, because they don't really care about the issue, the left. They never have, never will. You know, if African Americans want something done, unfortunately, I have to say this to you, the left is not going to help you. You have to do it yourselves. But do it the proper way. You know, sit down with the leaders, sit down, do what you have to do to make it a better society for the rest of you and for you, our future children. And that goes for us all. Yeah, goes for us all. It's up to us to make a better future for our children. Right, so there's the tweet. I actually thought it'd go up small, but it's after going up huge for some weird reason. So there it is there for you all to see. So I'll just scroll it up the screen for you real slow. So there it is, Serena Williams. Fair play to her. Fair play to her. And you know, you see the way she isn't actually hating on the president either, even whether she agrees with him or not. She's actually saying, you want to support President Trump? You do you. It's your choice. If you want to support Biden, fine. Also your choice. You see? That's how intelligent people think, right? They don't tell you because you support, oh, you're racist because you support Donald Trump. And as you know, yourselves, I was a fan of that man, but I think he has got it wrong during the pandemic. So I haven't been his biggest fan lately. But again, Serena Williams there being the smart one of us all by basically saying, you know, live and let live. Just be you and be kind to everybody else. So yeah, more celebs do need to speak out, Daniel. You're right. I agree. But you see, again, she's right. When then people don't like what you have to say, it's the same with Facebook, YouTube, and then as she said, if people don't like what they're saying, the cops are being called on them. Well, it's the same on YouTube and Facebook. You know, the attempt to cancel you if you say the wrong thing. Cancel culture is wrong. And don't get me wrong, there are a few that I have seen that are secretly getting cancelled that I have a secret smile on my face. For the simple fact is they actually cancelled people themselves and now they're being cancelled. But it still doesn't make it right. No matter what my personal feelings are, nobody should be cancelled because they have a different opinion or they told a joke 20 years ago that people think might be a bit offensive today. Right. By the way, another movie that they're actually that people are giving out about is White Chicks. Right. So because some people out there are kind of mad that some white people have done, say, blackface. Now they're turning on the Wayans brothers and saying that white chicks should have a disclaimer and white chicks should be right. Listen, I'm a white person, right, and I'm going to tell you now. I was absolutely not offended by that movie in any way. That movie made me laugh. The Wayans brothers are bloody geniuses, right? They gave us probably one of the best franchises in the scary movie franchise as well. I'm sorry, but if you don't laugh during that movie and think that movie isn't funny, right? That two black guys are trying to play a bunch of white girls, well then you don't have a sense of humor. I was in no way offended by it, and I do not want those guys cancelled. All right? See how it works? I'm not offended. All right? So why not the rest of you learn and teaches ourselves to be less offended by stuff, and maybe you might be able to get on with your lives without being bored and insecure little dickheads. Now, just give us a second, because you are going to see me go missing for a second. The chat has stopped, so I need to refresh, because obviously everything is going crazy lately. I'm too sexy for myself. Too sexy for myself. I'm back. Exactly. As Rabbi would say, follow the silver rule. Don't do to others what you wouldn't want others to do to you. Exactamundo. And I can't believe I said exactamundo. It should come into America have a disclaimer. Exactly. No, I'm not offended by it. It's even gone with the way I thought. Look, Cheryl explained it to me as well, and I do get it that some movies might need a disclaimer now because of society today. I do get it. But do you know what my problem is? And I said this, Cheryl, I don't think people really mind if this happened.
Stop mentioning my name.
No. I said, I don't think people would mind. No, because I do have a conversation with my wife, so I'm just telling them in the context. They know that you're not actually really getting involved. I'm just talking to you. But you did explain it to me, right? So I'm just explaining. That's it.
Okay.
Right. So anyway, sorry for being interrupted again. But I forget. Sorry. No, it's
in front of movies. Gone with the Wind. I explained it.
Put disclaimers on movies and TV shows. Well, then don't make a song and dance about it. We don't need to know that you're actually taking down this movie to put a disclaimer on it. You just put the fucking thing on it. Yeah, because if a disclaimer comes up on it, well, then people like me will just fast forward the disclaimer anyway and just go straight to the movie. The problem I have is you always have to make a song and dance out of these things. Do I believe that certain movies should have a disclaimer? Personally speaking, I don't think any movie should have a disclaimer on it. But I can understand in today's society, because we're full of fucking people that actually can handle real life, and they are so insecure and fragile that they probably do need a disclaimer, right? So on that aspect of it, I get it because of the fragile human beings that we have. But personally speaking, no, I don't think there should be. At the end of the day, they're art. At the end of the day, they were a product of their time, right? And if people don't actually get that and need a disclaimer to explain that to them, well, then as far as I'm concerned, they're very unintelligent and they shouldn't actually be anywhere near watching movies or TV shows because they don't understand them because they're that thick. You don't need a disclaimer. I'm sorry. Ridiculous. Next, there'll be a disclaimer on all the colleges and schools around America that have names that are offensive. And it's like people want to tear down these statues, right? And again, I get it. There are certain statues out there that depict the glorification of slavery, and I get that, right? But there's certain monuments out there that they want to pull down or move because they feel they're offensive. I say cop on, right? Look at what the Germans done. Did the Germans eradicate the whole history, the whole past with the Nazis and stuff? No, they didn't. They wanted Auschwitz, the concentration camp. You could still go and visit that. You can actually go and visit the museum. It's the same in New York. 9/11, a terrorist attack. You remember that and the victims. And you also have a museum as well with all of that stuff as well. So should we cancel that too? See, this is where we get into, it's the other side, it's black and white. And to me, there's a green area. There's a grey area. There's that area in between. There's certain things that might fall under that category, but don't necessarily fall under that category because they might be perceived one way, but they actually mean another thing. Well, as an Irishman, all I will say is that I'm not a fan of Winston Churchill, but they shouldn't be tearing down Winston Churchill's statue. We do know he was racist, right? We know that. We know he was a vile individual. He even come out. There's even a book in his own word. He is a vile person. But what he done during World War II, he basically saved the world from the Nazis. The British stood up to the Nazis. I can recognise that, right? So yes, he should be remembered for that. But I do believe that people should know the other side of him as well, which has been hidden for a long time, unless you went and read history books and stuff, right? So, yeah, in cases like that, yes, a disclaimer wouldn't listen. Yes, he might have won. He might have been the man that stood up to the Nazis, but he also was responsible for murdering whatever, which he has been responsible for this, that, and the other, right? Don't mind that. What I'm trying to say is like this other side is trying to eradicate our past, right? And our past isn't nice. It isn't great in some aspects, right? But it's important to remember those times so we can learn from them and not make the same mistakes again. It's as simple as that, right? And if anybody wants to get into the whole slavery thing, right, just to give you an unknown fact, or it might be a fact to some people if you have actually done your research on the whole issue of slavery. But the first slaver in America, believe it or not, was actually black and not white. Okay, he was a tobacco farmer, yes, and he bought slaves, and he was a black man himself, and he bought black slaves. All right, so that's where, you know, if you're going to get into the history of slavery in America, that's where it all started. Anyway, see, again, they hide certain things, or they don't give you all of the facts because they have this narrative and they have this agenda. Does the left really care about Black Lives Matter? I'd say no, they don't. They have their own agendas, and we can clearly see what it is. Yeah, it's all about the movies, statues, and all of this. It has nothing got to do with actually helping the African American community within America, because some of them feel that it's time that this issue is addressed, and rightly so it be addressed. So sort out the issue and stop. I won't be bringing anybody onto this channel, Stephen Morris, because I believe it's all a troll messing. So, you know, I'm done messing with that troll because they are a troll, because nothing ever happened on Ace Creeper's channel. Actually, I spoke to Ace Creeper, by the way. He wanted to know why he was being tagged in all of these things. And I explained. I says, listen, you're being tagged by this troll. Oh, and by the way, they also said that you agreed to do a stream with me. And he said no. He said he hadn't agreed to do a stream with me. He also said, but then I turned around and says, I said, that's fine, fair enough. I said, I'm sorry, I said, if you would like to stream with me sometime, though, because I did ask, because I'm not afraid to ask. And he says, this is what he said. He said, my schedule is quite busy at the moment, but if I do get a chance, I will certainly let you know. So I have asked Ace Creeper himself directly if he would like to stream. Right now, that is not happening. So anybody out there claiming that these YouTubers want to stream with me, it's actually a complete fabrication. This is a person that is obviously trying to start a war between YouTubers and certain people on Twitter. And you know what? I'm not falling for it. I do know there is a campaign against me, and I will get down to the bottom of that. But I'm certainly not going to engage with YouTubers that these people want to engage with. If the YouTubers in question actually agree to come onto a stream and actually contact me directly themselves, then I will agree to it. But these people will not contact me because they don't like me. So if someone's out there claiming that people are willing to stream with me, they're not. And especially if it's the other side saying that someone on the other side wants to stream me. No, they don't. They've made it very clear that they think I'm vile and hateful, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, you name it, any label, right? They won't come on, and they also won't give me a platform. They have made it very clear. So I'm not listening to anybody anymore on Twitter saying that someone has agreed to come on and stream. If they want to come on and stream, they'd be here right now, and they would have gotten contact with me ages ago, but they didn't. So I'm not falling for that. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Yeah, a different name. I've never seen this name in this chat before, and then they expect me to believe them. That's not how it works. I'm not falling for it. Told you already. I already know that there's a campaign to try mass flag this channel, and I'm just here to let you know. I've let YouTube know. They've been informed. So a little plan has been foiled. Right, I'll have a look now then. I'll have a look now. And if it's not on Twitter, right, I'll have a look. I will what will they say? I will entertain you for a second. Right. Because this is the same TARDIS fax that actually told me that Ace Creeper was going to put a trailer up on my channel. So you want me to believe now that even though I've been told by Ace Creeper himself that that was never going to happen, you're telling me that I should believe this now? Right, well, as I suspected, nothing. So see what I mean? Right, anyway, let's continue what we were talking about. Yeah, of course it is. Same account, sad individual. About 7 or 8 different accounts now on Twitter. Even went as far as to call themselves Noel Zone, a TARDIS Zone fan or something. Still, Lee is Lee is here. Oh, the artist is here of the art that was actually stolen on Twitter. The artist that actually came up with the concept for the new design. So artist Thief is there. Thief, artist, Thief. Yeah, I knew. Listen. They don't realize that I could check, and I actually talked to TARDIS Facts as well, and they're actually nice, right? After they were tagged as well. They wanted to know why they were being dragged into to all of this. Listen, I'm just at the checking the site. You're saying you're not lying. I'm just at the checking. Hold on, you're saying 9 hours ago, right? I'll be fair again, right? I'll give TARDIS facts, right? 9 hours ago, you're saying, right? We'll go into the profile properly this time, right? So there we go, TARDIS facts. There you go. She put up a tweet 26 minutes ago, right? So you want me to go to 9 hours ago, right? 9 hours ago. There you go. So she talks about Christian beliefs. And then she talks about Zoom for something else. And nothing about doing a stream with me. You said 9 hours ago. So there you go. I've checked. The only one that she does have up of 9 hours ago is please do the stream. I promise I'll be fair. I won't take the piss. It needs to happen. DM me if you're still interested. I'm considering it, but I don't know. It's more the anxiety of the platform like that. I'll see if someone else comes on with me. But it's not tagged to anybody. So if that's meant to be for me, then fine. What I want you to do then is tell TARDIS facts that they actually have to tag me in it. And if they tag me in it, then fine. And then you'll get your apology because I was wrong. But you won't get one if obviously I'm right. So you are right. There is a post gone up 9 hours ago where she asks for a stream to happen, but she doesn't actually say stream with who. So if you can get her to tag me in that, because you said it's what? Yeah, it doesn't matter. They can still hear me. If you can get them to tag me in that, then fine. Listen, as we said on this channel anyway, we'll bring on anybody. We'll bring on anybody from the other side. I don't have any power, says Problem B. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't have any power.
Yeah, I know, because you're not mod anymore.
Well, you still have me as one.
Do I?
Yes.
Oh. Right, well, do you want to be removed? Because if you do, I can replace you with Lee, who wants to do it.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Right, we're going to have a new moderator in the chat. Cheryl is going to be stepping down as our role as moderator. And I totally support that decision. Yeah. Right, I'm about to unwrench me wife. So this is this is gonna be a sad moment. So let's all take a minute's silence to remember our dear moderator, Cheryl. And let's welcome our new moderator. Yay! There you go, Lee. You're wrenched. You're wrenched. And as I say to all my moderators, but you all know anyway, just don't go overboard. Chris kind of knows what kind of messages are allowed and aren't allowed, and I think you know as well anyway. But you know, I just want everybody to be fair anyway. Yeah, everybody is. Chris put the tear emoji up.
It's just better for me.
Listen, I'm just going to be honest. Cheryl doesn't want to get involved in any of the drama of my channel. That's the truth. Look, I'm just going to be out straight. This is the truth, right? Because I've been getting drama, Cheryl hasn't felt comfortable coming on and moderating because, you know, she is married to me. And if someone does say anything bad about her husband, she's not going to just sit there and take it. She'd feel that she'd have to defend herself, which means then that would make her a target. So she made this decision actually 2 weeks ago. but I've been slow on the uptake of removing her, to be quite honest, because I didn't really want to. But that's her decision, and I respect it, and I get it. And we've got the obligatory 2 dislikes. Actually, where's the other 3? I normally get 5. Where's the other 3? Come on, dislike the video. Oh, by the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I know a lot of you have. But do me a favor as well, right? Make sure you're still subscribed, because there's people unsubscribing people on YouTube. And also, they're doing it on my Twitter account as well. So if you follow me on Twitter, please make sure that you're still following me on Twitter, because, again, YouTube is unfollowing. Twitter is unfollowing people. I know the ropes, ban everybody, says Probably Being. Oh, Jesus, we got another one. Shit. We got another one, guys. Damn, I'm sorry. We got another dictator. Ah, well. Welcome to the dark side. So, yeah, I mean, listen, guys, of all the topics that we spoke about tonight, would anybody in the chat like to add their 2 cents to the conversation that we've had tonight? Is there anything that you disagree with me on? Do you agree with me, actually, is probably what I'd ask you all. You know me, even if you follow me and you don't agree with me, you know, I could take that on the chin, because, as I said, I do understand that people do have different opinions, but I just want everybody to understand this, and please make sure that you know this. I am okay and will be okay always, right? So don't be worrying if you see stuff happening on Twitter with me, or Facebook, or YouTube, and you actually think that that I mightn't be okay. I'm okay. I'm fine, and I'll always be fine, right? Sure, even after me little spat last night, what did I go and do? I went and played Call of Duty Zombies or something, right? It doesn't bother me or faze me anymore. I just get on with it. Right, I just wish my sleep pattern wasn't so fucked up and I could actually sleep. But other than that, I'm fine. Well, she could have used that. What was it? Tweet. You can tweet story thing. There's a feature or something where you can write a longer tweet. So I don't know. It does look a bit long, though. I have to be honest. I will say that, though. It could have been. Yeah, no. Now you're making me think. Why did you do that for, man? Now I'm thinking, well, if it wasn't her, but still, it doesn't matter. Even if it wasn't her, but I'm pretty sure it is. Everybody's saying it's Serena Williams on Twitter. It's all over the place. I mean, thousands of people are talking about it. But even if it isn't her, right? Whoever wrote it is spot on. Right, hold on. That's the only way to do it. I'll check on my Twitter. This better not be fake, man. Right, Serena Williams. There's our. Ew. Okay. Hold on now. I'm not. Right. According to this, if I'm correct in what I'm reading, it's saying it's from a girl called Serena Williams, who happens to be white and has a slightly different account that's similar, but calls herself Serena Williams, because a lot of people are here saying posting fake Serena Williams posts. But some people then are saying, I echo what Serena Williams said. So, and then there's even even famous people. See, I don't know now. See, because this could be, I don't know. I'm thinking this might be actually on Facebook, this post, and then someone posted it on Twitter. But even celebrities are posting this and quoting Serena Williams. And then there's other people coming out that aren't celebrities saying that it actually might be fake. Even Piers Morgan wrote up, so this isn't the Serena Williams, it's apparently another one, or maybe it's someone pretending to be the Serena. But whoever it is, I think it should be a thought-provoking post worth reading. So nobody is sure, because she hasn't come out herself, actually. Serena hasn't actually come out herself to say whether it's true that she wrote it or not. But still, the point does actually start. It doesn't matter, right? The point still stands anyway. Cheryl's just probably had to confirming it there. I think she looked, right, saying it's not from her. It doesn't matter anyway. The point still stands. It's still an epic post, and it is a thought-provoking post, and it is spot on. And whether it was written by Serena Williams or not, right, it still has the same impact, right? It doesn't matter whether a black person or not wrote it. All right, it was written by someone that is a human being. That obviously.
Gina Torres.
Who was it?
Gina Torres.
Gina Torres. That sounds.
And she wrote it in June of 2020.
Right.
And someone named Serena Williams shared it, and then people decided it was her.
All right. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Well, there you go. But the message still stands, though. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's the point. The message still stands. Whether it was her or not, that's irrelevant. The person that wrote is a human being and can see what's going on. And then Alpha Omega with a $10 super chat says, I almost forgot. For $10. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. By the way, can I ask you, did you feel manipulated in any way to hand that money over to me? Because apparently we're all a bunch of con artists. So, yeah, thank you very much. I'm sorry I had to put a gun to your head there. But the Alpha Omega has been very kind, actually, these last couple of days, I've noticed, with super chats. And I just want to say to you, I really do appreciate it. As I said, I do understand that money is tight for everybody nowadays. And it really does mean a lot. Even coming here on the channel, whether it's super chat or not, any sort of contribution to this channel, whether it's a normal chat, whether it's a like or a dislike or a comment after this stream goes up, every single bit of that support means the world to me. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Exactly. At the end of the day, the thoughts in that tweet rare what everyone should get behind. Common sense and respect to one another, says Chris. I agree. You will super chat or be deleted, says Problem Being is already throwing his weight around in that chat. But yeah, it just needs to all stop. The cancel culture, this current madness that's going on, and we all just need to learn to coexist with each other peacefully. Because the alternative is that, and I'm gonna say it, but the alternative is a race war, which nobody is gonna come out of smelling of roses. So instead of letting it get to that point, let's sit down, hash it all out, and sort out the problems that we have in society, and then just live together, coexist, and be happier people. And if we still have snowflakes and safe space idiots, well, then we'll just find them an island that's big enough. Pour all of them there, just separate them from society, and just let them run their own little society, and let's see how long they can go on for, because their society, the way they want it, the way they want us all to be, it's going to be utter chaos, and it can't sustain. I actually read a post the other day that said under socialism, men will be made to go to therapy for their toxic masculinity. There's nothing toxic about men. It's the women or the radical feminists that go around tell other women that men are toxic, evil, and all of that other stuff that comes out of their mouths. Also, actually, someone did put up a post. Jodie Whittaker, Brie Larson, who else was there? Or Super Ray, and then the bitch out of The Last of Us 2, and says these 4 women trigger men's insecurities. And I says, no, these 4 women are just poor actresses. And then I followed up with another one. But the whole idea of your man's tweet was to actually get people to go mental. And then he found one. I says, you found nothing. I says, I tell you what. I says, how about you get your point of view across on my channel? I says, I have a YouTube channel, and we're actually going to be discussing strong female leads of today, which will be our next movie stream when we do it. We're going to be talking about these new female lead characters, these stunning and brave women in today's movies, and why they aren't stunning and brave, and why they're actually pathetic compared to their counterparts of back in the day. It's going to be an absolutely great stream. Well, anyway, I invited this person on. They said they were up for it, and then I said, Grant, I says, just let me know when you're available. Haven't heard back from them. It's the same thing over and over again, right? They know then when they come on. Ray, and again, as I said, about every single one of those characters, right? Forget about the fact that they're actually women, but if you look at the way they've all been written, and our character developments has all been poor. So yeah, it's bad acting, bad script writing, and basically, as I said, it's just, these characters are just one-dimensional, and they always seem to be heroic over the expense of a man. It always has to be the expense of a man, or they just have to say, well, a man was here first, but I'm here now, I'm a woman kind of attitude. Right, but again, these people will never engage because they know they'll be hit with facts, and then when they're hit with facts, then it makes them look foolish, and they don't like to be made look foolish. So as I said at the start of the stream before we end this, because we're coming up to the 2-hour mark, all I'll say is those few people that are behind trying to get me to retaliate against other YouTubers, your plan has been foiled. For those people out there, if it is happening, that are planning on mass flagging me channel YouTube has been informed. Anyway, YouTube has guidelines in place. They actually know when channels are being mass flagged, because if my channel hasn't been flagged in the past and then all of a sudden it starts getting flags, well, they're going to know something is actually up. So, yeah. And if I do get the evidence, by the way, because I have asked this person to provide the evidence, because I haven't been able to find any myself, and I have other people actually checking as well, and they haven't been able to find any evidence. Now, if there is no evidence, all I'll say to that person is, I know exactly what you're doing, and I don't know why you would want to start a war, because if you did, you're only going to expose your other side's lack of knowledge about Doctor Who, and we will have the facts to back us up, whereas they will have their own delusions and their own theories to back them up, and that's where they will fall. We have facts. The facts are that under 11 million people watched Doctor Who when Jodie Whittaker was the Doctor in the very first episode that she did in The Woman Who Fell to Earth. By the time we got to the very last episode of Series 12, The Timeless Children, that was down to 3 million. Okay, it's lost over 6 million households, 7 million households. That is not a success. The magazine is also struggling. We've had the likes of Ben Cook and others, who then Ben Cook decides to then attack me then because I bring up this very point about the Doctor Who magazine. That's how it all came about. And then I tried to get him on the channel to actually talk about the issues that we have within the fandom. And then his attitude was this. Well, what do you want to talk about? I says, well, I want to talk about the fact that a female doctor is wrong. He said, that argument was had 2 years ago and it's done. Well, it might be done to you, mate, because you moved on and you think because the female doctor is in there that fans are actually okay. But as I said, the Doctor Who Origins trailer has shown everybody that fans have rejected the origins of the Time Lord. The ratings have also proved that people have rejected Chris Chibnall's era and the female doctor. And your magazine, which you are highly involved in at one stage, is actually struggling now. Right? Even though it's available online and the supermarkets haven't been closed down by this pandemic. Yes, a lot of people probably wouldn't have went outside the door, but they could have ordered the magazine online because they're on lockdown. It'd be probably easier, right? The reason why the magazine sales are down on the floor is because the show is down on the floor. And the sooner the BBC realise and everybody that's involved, then this problem cannot be fixed. But as I was told already, is that BBC do not care. And these people like Ben Cook will go around and abuse fans and go around and say what they say about fans and pull up 2-year tweets and try to cancel me. You did try to cancel me, and then when I actually said it to you out straight, you said, well, I'm not important enough to be cancelled. Listen, mate, you might have self-importance within yourself, but I never claimed to be anything but a fan who has problems with this era. Right, the fact that you'd actually say that about me just goes to show you where your head is actually at. But you did try to cancel me, and you failed because everybody knows about those tweets of last year. And actually, I went onto this YouTube channel and I clarified my position 3 times, actually, just to make sure that I got the message across. So you can stick your transphobia accusations where the sun don't shine, and you can also take your so-called facts about how the magazine is doing well and the show is doing well, and you can shove them where the sun don't shine. And any of the other YouTuber out there that still follows the same narrative and still follows the same rhetoric, you can also do the same. We are done. We are done with your delusions. We are done with your theories. We are done with your... You're just delusional, right? The show is done. It's done. And you know what compounded it all? When everybody, oh, by the way, the new Dalek for interesting thing happened during the HBO Max thing, which I never actually picked on myself, but Doctor Who Production News did. Apparently, Jodie Whittaker says revolution of the Dalek. She doesn't say Daleks. She says Dalek. She says singular, not plural. She says Dalek. Right? So people are speculating that the Resolution Dalek might be rusty, which I disagree with, because it has the same design as the Resolution Dalek. So how is he going to explain this one? Oh, and by the way, I actually had a conversation with someone about Jodie Whittaker and all this shipping business that's still going on. And by the way, there could be something in this rumor. It's picking up some steam. I have been told by Matrix Lord, and just to be fair and balanced about this, he said that there's nothing in it. But the indicators that I get of the usual sources and other people that I deal with in the fandom that also talk about Doctor Who news have also been saying the same thing, that there might be actually something in this. This is a persistent rumor that has persisted since Series 11 has started. But I did have an interesting conversation with a supporter of this era, and this is the point that they made. Well, the Doctor has always liked women, so the Doctor isn't a lesbian. Or wouldn't be a lesbian. Okay. There's a lot of things wrong with that, but I think the main thing we could say is that the Doctor isn't a man anymore. The Doctor regenerated into a woman. You fans have been telling us for 3 years that the Doctor is a woman. You have made it clear that the Doctor is a woman. So, in fact, if the Doctor was to have a relationship with Yaz, as Yaz is a woman herself, it would be a fully fledged same-sex relationship, i.e. a lesbian relationship, i.e. the Doctor would be a lesbian. Now, why do I have a problem with that? Right. Well, firstly, I will say this, right? And it's a bit of a disclaimer as such, right? I will say that I am not happy whether the Doctor is male or female and has any sort of relationship with a companion, whether it's a straight relationship or whether it's a LGBTQ relationship, right? Don't care. The Doctor should not have a relationship with anybody. It ruins the dynamic of the character. Now, getting back to the whole Yaz and Doctor thing. Well, the reason why the Doctor isn't a lesbian is because on Earthly Child, we actually see the Doctor with his granddaughter. We actually hear him call the Doctor grandfather, right? Now, for anybody that isn't familiar with that episode, because you don't believe that Doctor Who exists past before 2005, well, then we'll go to that. We'll go to the New Who era, and then we'll go to the Doctor's daughter. In that episode, he's walking down the corridor and he's talking to Donna, and he says, "You think I haven't done this before? I had a wife, I had kids, but they died." Okay, so I think it's safe to assume that the Doctor, because it's written in the show as well, it's safe to say that the Doctor is interested in what's the right word? Heterosexual relationships. Yeah. So no, the Doctor and Yaz, if they hook up, the only reason why they're hooking up is because Chris Chibnall is ticking a box. And before anybody on the other side gets offended, oh, there he goes with the box ticket again. Well, it would be, because there is no indication within the show, even now, to indicate that Jodie Whittaker's Doctor is a lesbian. There actually is no indications to say that Yaz is either, but according to some J-bots, there's certain dialogue which actually might prove, because I think Yaz's mother or something says, is that your girlfriend or something like that, and that's making people believe that just a throw-off line doesn't mean that she's actually lesbian or bisexual. It might have been just what any mother would say. For God's sake, for years my family thought I was gay. My dad used to joke about it because I didn't bring women home. The Doctor isn't lesbian or gay. The Doctor is straight as an arrow, and there's nothing wrong with that. And again, just in case I get called, oh, he's he's homophobic now. No. I will say this though. If Chris Chibnall wants to introduce LGBTQ plus characters, by all means do so. But if you're going to do it, well then don't do what you did in Resolution of the Daleks, where you introduce a gay character and you kill him off. He basically says he has a boyfriend. His boyfriend is at home and he gets shot by a Dalek. That is not representation. That is not proper representation. That is box ticking, right? These characters, if you want the character, look at Captain Jack. Look how much character development his character has gotten. That's how you do an LGBTQ plus character. Okay, you give them all the character development, you give them good stories, and people will get invested in those characters. That's why Captain Jack is loved by so many people. All right, nobody's going to remember a guy that was on screen for 20 seconds. All right, and there's even a Facebook page, I think Justice for wherever his name was, the guy that got shot after 20 seconds because he said he was gay. Doesn't do it properly. Right, we got another super chat, and it's from Nicholas Horton this time. I just want to make sure that I haven't missed. Yeah, it is from Nicholas Horton, and it is, and he writes, the new Dalek design looks too thin. Daleks are meant to be like tanks. Well, I have a theory on that. So here's my theory. The Chibnall Daleks are female, and the Daleks that we have come to know throughout the history are all male. And this Dalek is a super Dalek, you know, she's stunning and brave, and she's going to take out the male toxicity, the male Daleks. There you go. That's the whole premise. That's what it actually is going to be. It's going to be two factions trying to fight this Dalek, or one faction of Daleks trying to fight this Dalek. But that's exactly what it's going to be. Right, so he's ripping off Remembrance, which we just watched. He's probably going to give us a poor version of Remembrance of the Daleks. And instead of a special weapons Dalek, we get the Femme Dalek. And thank you again, Nicholas Horton, for that £5 super chat. Again, it's really appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It's going to be a special where the Dalek will be in the calf discussing their eating disorder for 30 minutes. Oh, stop. Telling you, that's what's going to happen. That's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be a female Dalek against all of the other Daleks, and because we've already seen Daleks being destroyed on that bridge. Remember, we still do know that there's another Dalek, that black Dalek that Chibnall has as well. That's going to be there as well. So I'm telling you, I already know what's going to happen. It's different factions that are going to be fighting each other. It's Remembrance all over again. And I am told that there might be someone actually filming something to be added to the special. What there is, I do not know, but I will keep my nose and my ear to the ground. But apparently, yes, there's someone supposed to be coming back, and apparently there's going to be they're going to be filming something. But we'll see. As I said, all information, source information, whatever, you take with a pinch of salt on this channel until it's confirmed a few weeks later by the media, which it normally is, which is great. And I still get called a liar, and that I fake me sources. As I showed you all earlier on, the Spyfall information. I've put it up there, showed you the screenshots in black and white. There's no middle ground. It's there for you all to see. The channel got a copyright strike, and I wasn't allowed to stream on the channel for a week, if you all remember. Or was it 2 weeks? A week. It was the longest week of my life. Because of that. So, you know, Mr. Carter's reviews, all I'll say to you is you're very quick to jump the gun and call out those that you believe that are lying. What I would say to you is I think you should button it, really, and mind your own business, because there's people out there that have actually proven that they do get source information. And look, just because you think of money, you know, and you always go on about how your algorithm is screwed and all, and that people would much rather watch your videos. You're right. They would much rather watch your videos because they'd rather watch people who are actually honest and honest within their convictions as well. People watch you, you know. I'd love to get you on here because I do think that, you know, some of those things that you have called out the fandom for, it would be nice if you were held account for them, but you'll never will, because you'll never appear on anybody's channel because you're too smart to do that. You are smart when it comes to that, but you will slay fans, and you have no right to do so. Your opinion is not better than mine, and it's not, you know, it's not less valid either. But that doesn't mean that you have some higher ground here with your opinion, because you actually don't. You never present the facts. You always bring up your own theories on why these things are failing, and then you try to fluff it all up that the ratings are actually not that bad and other stuff. So yeah, when you called out my friend Ballstreck and you said, you know, I wouldn't be listening to him, Ballstreck has never claimed to have source information, and I'd rather you kept your mouth shut about Ballstreck, because you all seem to be talking about him a lot lately and he hasn't been around. And he is a friend of mine. So, you know, button it. If you want to say something to me, by all means, because I do source information. If you want to call me out my bullshit, call me a liar, by all means do so. Then I'll actually show you the facts and ram them down your throat. That's how it works with me. But don't be dragging Ballstreck into something that he's nothing to do with. And other YouTubers having a go at him because he won't use a certain hashtag, when he's actually out there making a real difference in his country of Canada, actually making sure during this pandemic that people actually have money in their pockets because he works for the government. Absolutely disgraceful. Yeah, we all need to regenerate into a younger form. I wouldn't want to be a kid now, actually. What am I talking about? Would you like to be a kid growing up now in 2020? Jesus Christ, I feel sorry for my nieces and nephews, and they're only kids. And they're literally only kids. Ballstreck is a gent. And he always has time for me. Sure, he'll be on again the weekend, folks. Don't forget now, I'm streaming. Today is Thursday, so stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That stream is not happening on Tuesday because I do believe that it's all a hoax. But if it turns out that it is going to happen, then I'll be doing that Tuesday, but I won't be streaming then on Wednesday if that happens on Tuesday, because I'll need to take Wednesday and Thursday off, because then we'll be doing it all over again then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Because, you know, I do need a little bit of a break. We all do. It's, you know, it does take a lot out if you don't take a rest. Karsha, are you still on the panel for Sunday? Anybody that I said was on the panels on Saturday and Sunday are still on the panels Saturday and Sunday. As I said, problem being that's a permanent spot there for you now for the watch along if you want to. You know, as I said, I try to get people that I know that are going to be there every week. And as I said, if Gary is around, Gary Akers, if you're around, if you have sorted out those issues with your camera or whatever it was, maybe the device that you were using, if all the issues have been resolved, please get in touch with me and we will be doing the classic. By the way, I do have 2 trailers to drop later on. So watch out for those. And please, I will share them on Twitter as well. So for you guys, this just goes out to the guys that are on Twitter that follow me. When I stick those 2 trailers up, okay, whatever hashtags are on them, please use the hashtags, but we'll use RT the trailer, please. RT the trailer as much as possible. I will pin it to me post and RT the crap out of those 2 trailers. I want to get as many people on board to watch as possible, because you know, we don't just do what this kind of thing here that we're doing on the channel. We also do the watch alongs, and I want to make sure that people know that we do watch alongs on this, that the Tarda Zone isn't only a channel that gives out all the time, because I'm not, and I do hate that the Tarda Zone has been given that reputation. And yes, that is partly my fault, because obviously I am very stubborn and I am very militant within my convictions. And you know, I never was always like this. I will say that at the other side, say that this, that, and the other. Well, yous created me, and yous created the fandom menace, and yous created everything else, because you know, yous didn't want people to have different opinions. Then the media start getting involved, and then once they got involved, then the fandom menace was born. And then other YouTubers like myself then and their fandoms then started to create their own stuff and come on. And you don't like it and you never will. And that's why we have this whole cancellation thing trying to happen. But it won't, because in the end, justice and facts will exonerate people. And it'll happen. And hopefully this cancel culture. And you know, I will say one thing. Angry Joe is doing the right thing by fighting this, getting these lawyers onto it. He must nip this in the bud for several reasons. But the main big reason is it will stop any young person, especially a young woman that's in her position, right? That thinks that they can lie and get away with it, then that'll stop other women. It'll say, right, well, I won't get away with this anymore, and they'll be held account. It also diminishes those real women out there that face sexual assaults like this, right? It damages those women, because when someone like this comes along and you can actually see by the evidence that it's clear as day that they're lying, well then why would then the next victim that's a genuine victim that comes along, says that someone did something to her, and then everybody straight away is going to say you're a liar. You're a liar, because that's what women do today. And I have seen a lot of that, and that's not true. It's not true. So you people that are saying that as well, you need to stop. It's not all women, right? Not all women out there hate men. Not all women out there trying to cancel men either. All right? If anything, there's a lot of women out there that defend us men and probably do a better job than we do our bloody selves, because we're hopeless, let's be honest, when it comes to that, right? We're just as sensitive as the women, right? We take things to heart too, and women know that. And there's genuine women out there that will fight our corner just as much as we will fight our own, right? So it's only a small minority as well. So I hate that as well, people saying that's all. No, it's not. No, it's not. And it never will be, because women out there are just as intelligent as men. They're they're not just as intelligent, they're more intelligent than men. They can see what's fucking happening here. It's clear as day what's happening here. Right, you've got the women then talking about our men should be put in re-education camps and all this. This is what they want for us, right? Because apparently we're toxic because we're male, because of our gender. If that isn't bigoted, I don't know what is. Oh yeah, Daniel was streaming, wasn't he? I forgot to actually mention that. So Daniel apparently was streaming with Charlotte. I wasn't supposed to stream tonight, but then when I went on to Rabbi's chat and everybody asked me, and I was, but then I said to Cheryl, I'm going to do a pre-record because I think Daniel is streaming. And then everybody asked me, was I going live? And I said, you know what, I'll just do it anyway, because, you know, either way, if I did a pre-record, it was going to go up after it anyway. So whoever was streaming at the time, it doesn't, you know. So if you haven't checked out Daniel's stream, go and check it out. He had Charlotte there with him. I think they were doing an all stream together there. And Daniel will be having plenty of guests on his channel. So if you haven't subscribed to his channel, please do. And everybody that I do have on, please give them a sub as well. Support them. As I said, I will support any YouTuber. I have no problem doing that. And I'll promote anybody. And that's the way I'll always be. But I will say to those bigger YouTubers out there, you know, it'd be nice. And I have gotten support off most of you. But it'd be nice if those other YouTubers, bigger YouTubers that kind of have this arrogance about them that they won't appear on small channels. Well, if you could get rid of that and actually remember where yous came from, and actually, you know, it'd be nice if you could help us smaller channels out, you know, because we're more at risk right now than you guys are of being silenced, because, you know, we've got the smaller channels. We don't have the fandom supporting us the way they support you. Yous have heavy backers, we don't. Well, to a certain extent, I do have some. As I said, I've mentioned the YouTubers that help me out. I've got their backup. But it'd be nice to know that the rest of the community, that we're all in it together. And no matter what fandom we're fighting in, that we're all fighting for the same cause, and that we all stick together. We must stick together now. They are trying to cancel YouTubers left, right, and center. They are trying to silence us right now. Gary spoke about it as well, as has spoken about it. That it's real, it's happening. It's not in anybody's heads. This is happening. So I'm going to leave it at that. I want to thank all my moderators that came on tonight. And what'd you say?
I go, but not share.
Oh, yeah. Shut up, yo. That's great. I love it. Tech issues tonight. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Daniel. Damn, man. Damn. Well, here, I mean, when you get it up and running, fine. But if you and Charlotte would like to come onto this channel sometime, you know, you're more than welcome. You're guesting with me anyway the weekend. You know that. But, I mean, if Charlotte, now that you're here as well, I mean, if you're up for streaming as well, because I don't think we've had Charlotte on before. I don't know if we've had you on before. If you'd like to come on, Charlotte, by all means. You know, as I said, the invite is open to you guys in the live chat as well. One final thing, actually, I can mention. Me and Rabbi are going to be launching a new show. We don't know what the format is going to be quite yet, but what we can say is with certainty is going to rotate from each channel. It's going to rotate channels. 1 week it'll be on my channel, next week it'll be on Rabbi's, and so on and so on. And we are going to be talking stuff. Obviously, we just we're still in the kind of debating phase on what, because I think we should touch on all the controversial stuff. I don't know what Rabbi actually thinks about that yet. He hasn't got back to me on that one yet. But I think if we're going to do something, we must stand out. And I don't think the other YouTubers out there would blame me for saying that. But we want to stand out. We want to be different than the other shows that are out there with streamers that stream together and do a show together. We want our one to be unique and to stand out. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And that's what I want. So that's what there's going to be planning into this one, because I want to make sure, because I want to make a big deal of. We want to do a little promo for the whole thing and launch the thing, and then make a big song and dance about it. That's how serious I am. But it has to be something that's going to get everybody, not just people on this channel that are with me right now, but people that have never been on this channel before, that have never watched the Tardis Zone before. When they come in and watch this show, it's something completely different that they've never watched before. That makes no sense though. Right, so just picture this, guys, before I go. So I have my gaming chair. Don't know if anybody has ever seen me gaming chair, but I have this gaming chair, right? And what happens is normally at night time when I'm sitting on my streaming chair, I have different chairs for different jobs.
It's not the rocking one, it's the one with the open bottom.
It's the one with the open bottom, right? So, but anyway, I'm sitting here on my chair, and I normally put Ted's Doctor Who blanket on the chair, and then he'll jump up onto the chair, and he'll snuggle himself up in the blanket, and he'll lie there. Do you know what he's decided to do? So he must have been on the chair at first. He got down off the chair, but the blanket's still over his head. He's sitting up with the blanket over his head. He looks like Casper the Ghost.
He's got another blanket wedged under.
And he's got another blanket. He's got the towel as well. Actually, he's got two blankets. He's actually at the pulling the blanket down, right, and putting it under the chair. And he's at the grabbing the other blanket that was on top of him. And he's at the coming out, and he's like, oh my God.
He's like a beaver making a dam, except his is out of blankets.
Can I even take a photograph of that to show the guys? And pull it up on my Twitter, because this is funny.
No, I won't move, or I'll set
No, I'm trying that yet, because you know he's like, oh, by the way, Ted is the only dog in the world that hates. When I take out my camera phone, he runs. He literally ruins the photograph. He literally ruins the photograph.
He can never run a photograph.
Right, I got the photo. Yeah, I'm gonna take him out for at 12. Yeah, he's midnight. Oh, we're going out. Oh yeah, because I did promise, didn't I? Yeah, I did promise I'd go with you. So yeah, listen, guys, I really appreciate all the support, and I really do. And as I said, just don't have to worry about me. I'm okay. And anyway, I do have my friends on Facebook and on Twitter that do have me back. If it does get a little bit too heated, or they think I am being bullied, they will jump in and give me a hand out. But most of the time, I don't need it, because, you know, the argument just be over anyway, because the stupidity shows. And once that stupidity shows, then I have them. And then the argument is over. But yeah, you know, that's the way it is. That's the life of social media, folks. That's why I say it is, and I'll say it again. If you're not on Twitter, or you haven't joined Facebook, well done. Stay off it. It's the worst thing that could happen to you. If you're just on YouTube, and some people think YouTube is toxic, but if you're only on YouTube, well, you're probably in the better place, to be honest. It's probably the least volatile out of the other two, trust me. So stay off social media. Also, just a reminder, buy that physical media. Az has been saying the same thing as well, and Gary as well. And now we're hearing other people. Blue Bonnet has also been coming out these last few weeks and months, actually, coming out telling people to buy the physical media. Go out and support you. Listen, before, I know we actually were telling you up until last year to go and get digital media. Forget about the physical media, because digital was the way to go. But with all of this stuff that's going on, digital media is gone, is finished. Also, I will say to you guys as well, if you are thinking of signing up to HBO Max or any of those streaming services, don't. They have taken down 7 episodes of South Park. If I'm going to be paying for a streaming service, I expect every single episode unedited of South Park up on that platform if they tell me that all episodes of South Park are available, which they have, but there isn't. Just 7 of them missing, right? So again, I will say to people, if you're signing up to any of these streaming services and you end up editing movies or end up taking episodes of stuff, I would cancel my subscription. Now, why cancel your subscription? Well, it's the only way that you're going to get to these people, right, is through their pockets. They're not going to understand or change their tactic until it hits them financially, right? It's the same with Doctor Who. They're not going to do anything or make changes until it hits them financially. So we as fans, remember, I have been saying this since I first started this channel. I said it to you from day one. You fans have always had the power. You're the ones that pay for the cinema ticket. You're the ones that go out and buy the merchandise. This is why they're able to have and make more movies, because of you fans. And also the people that are making them and that are in them are getting paid very handsomely thanks to you fans. Without fans, there wouldn't even be an industry. So it's time that we take a stand, right? And I'm serious. If they start editing movies, taking out certain scenes and taking out certain episodes of South Park or Simpsons or whatever it is, your favorite TV show, whether it be Father Ted, Little Britain, you name it, right? If they start doing that, you cancel your streaming service, right? Now, listen, there will come a time where they'll cop on and they'll put them all back on. And then if you so choose to get your streaming service back, by all means do so. But until they change the policy, then we should not be subscribing to any of these. How dare they? They claim to give us a service, but don't give us the full service. Here's an example for you before I leave, and I am leaving after this point. If you went into a car dealership, right, and you saw this beautiful car, right, and you thought, that's the car for me. So you go over to the salesperson and you say, right, let us know what the specs of the car is, you know, the usual thing that you would ask, right? So your man is there and he's explaining it to you. Say, right, so there's the car. It's you know, it's got 4 wheels. You know, it's got a 4-liter engine. You know, it's got tinted windows. You've got your CD player or your MP3 player, whatever they have in bleeding cars now. I don't know if it's a CD player anymore, whatever, right? And also, and you're looking at the car and it's beautiful. Then you open the door and then you look at it and it doesn't have a steering wheel. Would you buy it? Would you buy the car, even though it looks great, right? And it has it's kitted out, but it doesn't have a steering wheel. Would you buy it? Of course you wouldn't. Because why would you buy it? You're not getting what you're paying for. You know, it's no good without a steering wheel. So it's like the same when you watch South Park. South Park is no good if they're deleting certain episodes, because they do season arcs in South Park, as you know, right? So if you're missing a couple of episodes, you're not going to know. It's the same with movies. If you take out a certain scene, well, then the whole movie might have a different context altogether because they deleted that scene. So buy your physical media. CEX, GameStop, they all do DVDs. Go into your second-hand stores, right? Go into your charity shops. Buy physical media, because they are going to, I'm telling you, this editing business, all of this crap that's going on, it's not going anywhere. They're going to continue to do so. And you know why? Because there's a few little snowflakes out there that are offended by everything. And because they're offended, we should be offended. So stop signing up to these things and saying, and listen, I don't understand anyway. You get people that complaining about Disney Star Wars for the last 2 years and then they sign up to Disney Plus. Don't get it. I don't get it. Don't sign up to Disney Plus. That's how you boycott. That's how you hurt them. You hurt them financially, right? It's the same when they reopen their Disney parks, right? You don't go to Disneyland. Simple, right? You hurt them, right? Remember, Disney is already being closed down because of this pandemic, right? When they reopen up, obviously the park is not going to be full capacity either. But even those people that are planning on going to Disneyland and don't like what they did with Star Wars and any other franchise that Disney has a hand on, right? And you're on YouTube, Facebook, or any social media platform, you're giving out about them, but then you go to Disneyland, well, then you're a fucking hypocrite. Why should I listen to you, right? You don't go to the parks. You don't buy their merchandise. You don't buy nothing. You don't subscribe to their streaming service because they give 1 month free and then you sign up for the other one. That's not how it works, right? And you don't buy it just because so you can criticize something. I'm sorry. You just don't get it. It's as simple as that. And I think I've made myself clear. So Daniel is saying it as well. Everybody's saying it. Buy your physical media. And with that, I am going to say goodnight. So to me moderators, thank you very much for all the work. Lee, welcome to the team. Well, you're always part of the team anyway, weren't you, I suppose? These last few weeks especially anyway, you've done a lot for me. So, I mean, it's only fair that you become a moderator now anyway. And listen, I want to thank you all. I want to thank you for your artwork. And I know you've sent me a couple of pictures now. I'll have a look at them. I haven't had a look at them, obviously, since I've been streaming with you. But I know that you have put in massive effort into this new intro trailer that you're doing for me. And I want to say I appreciate it. And I know how many hours. And trust me, I will make a song and dance of this when I see it. And I'll make sure that it's hyped to bits because I know how much work you've put into it. And as I said, if I could afford to pay you for it, I would. I would. If I ever get to a stage where I have, and I'm not saying I will, but if I ever, because I was asked before, but I never did that about it. But if I ever get to this stage where I can do my own merchandise, well then I will obviously sort you out, man. You know, as they do. We always do that. We always do that. We look after our own. So good night, everybody. Chris, problem being Daniel, Super John, I think was here earlier as well. I know he's a mod, and all my other moderators. Thank you, and everybody in the super chat. Everybody that gave me a super chat, Nicholas and Alpha Omega, and everybody else over the last couple of weeks. I thank you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you are subscribed already, please make sure that you still are. Because believe it or not, I was on 638 subscribers last week. I don't count the 1,000, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying 638. I've gone back down to 629. So YouTube is actually removing people actively. And this is happening every week, by the way. So just please make sure that you still subscribe. And make sure that you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any notifications. And everybody is saying good night to Cheryl. Cheryl bids you all a good night. And so does Ted. And thank you very much for all the kind words as well during the week as well. Right. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one. Stay safe, folks. And remember, be kind to each other. It doesn't cost anything. You know, it's free. You know? Nobody needs to be bad to each other. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, till tomorrow. Good luck. Have a good one.